Okay, so there's a part of your body you use all day, every day, for literally everything from texting to lifting heavy stuff. But you probably never ever give it a second thought. And yet, it's the hidden engine behind some of your most incredible abilities. So today, let's talk about the unsung hero of your anatomy, the forearm. So I want to start with a question for you. What is the single most complex, most powerful, and most precise tool you interact with from the second you wake up to the moment you go to sleep? Go on, have a guess. If you guessed your own hand, you're definitely on the right track. I mean, think about it. It can play a delicate instrument 1 minute and then wield a heavy tool the next. But the hand is just the final piece of the puzzle. The actual powerhouse driving all of that incredible skill is hidden right in plain sight. Yep, it's your forearm. That's right. So for the next few minutes, I want you to stop thinking of your forearm as just the bit between your elbow and your wrist. Instead, think of it as this incredibly sophisticated engine that powers your hand. See, it's just packed with this dense network of muscles and nerves. Every single command for gripping, for twisting, pointing, pinching, it all starts right here. And here's the really wild part. The muscles that move your fingers, they aren't actually in your hands at all. Nope. They're located right up in your forearm. And this is just a brilliant bit of biological design because it keeps your hands light and agile and free for all those delicate tasks. So how does this engine actually get the job done? Well, to understand that, we gotta pop the hood and take a look at the anatomy of a movement. And it all comes down to this really beautiful and simple partnership. On one side, we've got the flexor muscles, and just like the name says, their job is to flex, to pull things in. So when you make a fist or you bend your wrist down, that's your flexor muscles pulling on tendons, kind of like puppet strings, to close your hand. And then on the other side, you've got the extensor muscles, and you guessed it, they do the exact opposite. They pull in the other direction to straighten everything back out. Your fingers, your wrist, they're the strings that open the hand back up. And this right here is the whole secret. It's a constant, perfectly balanced tug of war. The flexors pull your hand and fingers in, the extensors pull them back out. Every single movement you make, from a powerful grip to just a simple wave, is all a result of this perfect partnership. So you might be wondering, how does all that power get from the forearm engine down to the hand? Well, it all has to pass through the super narrow passageway in your wrist called the carpal tunnel. I want you to think of it like a really crowded highway. And on that highway, you've got 9 flexor tendons and one absolutely crucial nerve, the median nerve, which controls the feeling in your hand. And, well, because that highway is so crowded, things can sometimes go wrong. This brings us to what happens when this finely tuned system gets put under just a little too much stress. Those repetitive motions, like typing all day or using certain tools over and over again, they can cause the tendons running through that carpal tunnel to get inflamed and swell up. And what that does is create a physiological traffic jam right in the middle of that supercritical highway. And in that traffic jam, something has to give. As those tendons swell, they start to squeeze the one thing in there that really can't handle the pressure, the median nerve. And that compression, that is what leads to the pain, the tingling, and the numbness that we all know is carpal tunnel syndrome. But hey, the good news is we can absolutely take steps to maintain the system and prevent these problems. So think of this next section as the user manual for tuning up your forearms. First off, taking short breaks every hour is absolutely key. And you can do these simple stretches right at your desk. You can gently bend your wrist up and then down. You can do some slow rotations. Or try the prayer stretch. Just put your palms together and lower your wrists. Now remember, the goal is to feel a nice, gentle stretch, but never any pain. Okay, so stretching is like the daily maintenance, but to really upgrade your forearms, you've got to strengthen them. Stronger muscles give you way better support and endurance, which makes them a whole lot more resilient to strain. Here are a few great exercises to get you started. Reverse curls are awesome for the brachioradialis, which is a major forearm muscle. Then you have wrist curls, which are fantastic for building up those flexor muscles and seriously improving your grip strength. And you can't forget wrist extensions. Those work the opposing extensor muscles, and that's just crucial for balance and wrist stability. Adding these to your routine can make a massive difference. All right, so we've looked at the mechanics, we've looked at the maintenance. Now let's look to the future. A future where technology isn't just helping us understand our bodies, but interfacing with them directly, right at the source, the forearm.
Researchers over at Cornell University are developing some incredible tech called radiomyography, or RMG. And this quote really sums it up perfectly. It's a sensor that can track muscle contraction in both the easy to see superficial layers and those really hard to reach deep layers of the forearm. And here's what it looks like in action. I mean, forget about needles or all those sticky electrodes. This is just a comfortable band that uses low-power radio signals that safely go right into the arm. You can think of it like sonar, but for your muscles. Instead of seeing with sound, it's feeling with radio waves. It gives the machine a direct window into your physical intentions.
So, how well does it work? Well, in studies, this system was able to recognize 23 different, distinct hand gestures with an astonishing 99% accuracy. I mean, come on. That level of precision is a massive, massive leap forward. And the potential applications here are just incredible. I mean, think about ultra-responsive prosthetics that move with the natural fluidity that we have just never seen before. Or what about controlling virtual and augmented reality just with a thought and a twitch of a muscle? It could even help diagnose neuromuscular disorders earlier and way more accurately. So from this hidden biological engine to a high-tech interface, the forearm is so much more than we give it credit for. And it leaves us with this one fascinating question to think about. If our hands are what allow us to build and shape the world around us, what new worlds will we create when our tools can read the very muscles that control them?